Steering it is broken now.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to SF1 GP1 here for the Brazilian Grand Prix, round 21 out of 22, the penultimate lap of this season. A couple guys missing this evening. You can see Chattalulu definitely warming those tires first on the grid. We're going to run a short qualifying this evening for GP1. Invalidates his lap, doing a couple downlights as well, but SF1 roads here in the comms booth to give you guys all the action on track. Hopefully we are on for a good one. Have a definitely solid race in the Mexican Grand Prix last week. See if we can have something of a similar fashion this evening here for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Championship has been rounded up. Chattalulu Nails is laughing a bit. But yeah, championship is wrapped up. Harrison, the man, wins his first title here at GP1. So we'll see if he can carry that on. He is trying to push his team for a combined constructors championship against my team in the Alfa Romeos, and the Mercedes and Alfa still have not locked that one up yet for the championship, so it's definitely going to be brought into this evening. Keep an eye on those two teams battling it out going through, but Chattalulu is going to be the first to set a hot lap here around the Carlos St. Paulo. I'm going to murder that eventually. But let's see what kind of time Chattalulu can put on the board for his benchmark lap. Typically, short qualifying, you'll have about 3 laps if you don't invalidate one of them. We'll see how that goes. Phantom, if you want to jump in as a Ferrari driver, please do so, because there are no Ferrari drivers this evening. Get yourself in, mate. Good to see you. Man who's won the GP3 title this season. Big things for Phantom. He looks like he's going to jump in for the Ferrari team. But let's see, Chattalulu is going to cross the line. Typically, we're going to look at the 106s, 107s. Goes for a 108.4. So he is on the medium compound, though. That's actually going to slow him up just a bit, as the medium compound is a little bit slower than the soft compound. Typically around a second, probably a second and a half, depending on the track. What is going on, Stig? Stig's in the chat here for short qualifying. I'm not used to doing short qualifying. You start streaming right away, but I don't mind it. Shoot on an out lap, invalidates it. Let's see if anybody else is on a hot lap. Hubdy is on a hot lap as we speak. I'll ride on board with one of these guys. Maybe I'll give Harrison a little bit of a look. He is on an out lap now. When he starts his flyer, we'll give you guys a look at a lap around this Brazilian Grand Prix. Devla is retired. He is reserving this evening for the Racing Point. Had a solid race on Friday in GP2, winning the Grand Prix after a late safety car put his strategy on for a one stop, a soft compound, and just kind of drove away with it. Short qualifying this evening is due to the lack of turnout, so if we have less than 14, we go for short qualifying. But Hubdy coming around, let's see what kind of time he can get on the board. We're going to see Hubdy cross the line at 108. Let's jump down to Harrison, give you guys a look at a lap around the Brazilian Grand Prix. Coming up to turn 1, the Senna S's. Nicely done to see it. A lot of people locking up into turn 1 this weekend. Quick on the exit, DRS, first DRS zone. Brake at the 50-meter mark. Hug that curb as much as you can. Don't extend there, though. It will give you a track penalty or invalidate your lap. And then you want to come up here for a quick turn. A little easy on the brakes. Try to get the throttle down. Keep the car centered. And coming up to a couple short hairpins down the hill here. Usually about second. See, got a couple guys jump up in gears. Harrison's backhand steps out just a little bit. Coming down. And then around a long left-hander. And then you'll have another left-hand turn. Brake at the 50-meter again. Harrison broke a little early there. Sets a purple sector 2. It is best, though. It's personal best, not session best. Chattaloo is sitting on a 108.1 with a soft compound. Harrison's going to cross the line, hold to the line or the wall, sets a 107.2 for the session best as we see it. Schuf has invalidated this lap as well. His teammate on a form lately. A couple podiums to his name. Let's see what he can do this evening. He's on a hot lap as we speak, so we'll stay on board with Manif Gamer Boss. See what kind of time he can put in. Personal sector. See what this Red Bull driver can do. DRS is open there. I think he kind of closed it and opened it again. But he's going to cross the line at a 106.7. So 3/10 up on, and I missed it 0, so it's a 107 flat. So a couple guys, Mattis Gamer Boss being the first in the 6s. Hellboy gets 109.9, Hub D 108.4. Soap jumped in with a 108 flat. Keep an eye on some of the other guys. Rusia now on a hot lap as we speak, so we'll stay on board with this Mercedes driver, see if he can get close to his teammate at a 107.2. Unica in the chat, what is going on? Rooting on Soap. Here comes Aruzia. What kind of time can he cross? Was just behind his teammate with a 107 point. And some of the other guys. Parnell is definitely a reserve this evening, so he will look to start from the back. Here goes Schuf. Definitely on a flyer this time. 107.1. Put him in P3. Division 3 right now. So the Red Bulls, again, this weekend, looking quite quick like they did in Mexico. Keep an eye on some of the other guys. SF1 Tom, it's a 109.9. However, I know he can improve on that time. Sets a personal sector 2. Let's see if he can improve on his lap. Hugging that line, as you'll see most drivers do. He gained the most time out of this, 107.4. So everybody is on a lap. It's completed a lap. Right now, Gamer Boss looking the quickest this evening. The 106.7. Stig has joined. Stig is going to start from the back this evening. Keep an eye on Anton, I know, might join during qualifying. Update into the pits. Let's see, pretty much everybody's into the pits. Is Tom pushing? No, he's not. Hellboy is not pushing. Enzo gets himself in the 6th. He is not pushing as well. Chattaloo is not pushing. Schuf is pushing, goes 110. I think he's just putting laps on his tires at this point. 0 into the pits. Harrison, is he pushing? I don't know if he's pushing. I think he's going for a couple practice laps as well. Good evening, everybody. How are you guys doing this weekend so far? Harrison pulls in the pits. He did get it around 0 though for P2, so Harrison's on the front row of the grid as we speak. Mercedes driver pulls into the box. And some of the other guys here. Devil retiring. The guys are on their way out though. Bobby in reserve. Phantom, if you can jump on one of the guys here in the lobby. I can't send lobbies during my stream, unfortunately, because everybody will see it. He's joined anyways. Alright, Phantom, sweet. So, Mass Gamer Boss is on his way out. Let's see if he wants to try to improve on his lap. 106, a bit of a glitch there with the Renault driver, Soap. Keep an eye on that, see if Soap can improve on a 108. Typically, right around now is when these guys are going to start their second lap. Probably go out on the scrub set of tires, and then they'll pick the final soft set that they have stored ready for this race. Stig retired. Oh, there's a bit of a traffic jam back here. Rusia weaving back and forth. I think that was Chad, and that's Hubsy. Harrison's on his way back out. Let's give him another run. He's already put in. So the Brazilian track is a little shorter, so these guys can definitely get a 4-lap run on this qualifying session. See this man. Let's see what kind of lap he's doing here. We're right on board with the Red Bull driver as he's going to set another lap. Honest Gamer Boss being quickest so far in qualifying. Can he improve on his sector time? Sitting at a 106.7. Hugs that curve on the left quite nicely. He looked really smooth through the Senna S's. Wow. Okay, that's a little bit of a cut and a half there. He's invalidated this lap around. Chattalulu now on a lap to see what this guy can do. If he can improve. I think he has Hubs just behind him. No, Hubs isn't through the Senna S's, so who is that behind Chattalulu? I can't quite tell. I wonder if that's his teammate. No, it's not his teammate. Ah, okay. It is SF1 Tom that's just behind. No, that's not him either. Oh, is it? It must be a Ruzia that's behind Chattalulu. I should look at the mini-map myself. That's not necessarily the case, Sandberg. Some of these guys do join. A lot of them run different leagues on the same day, so most of them end up joining late in session. Go to tier. We have all the action. I don't know if you guys tuned in to Friday. That was quite a race from the GP2 guys. Alright, let's take a look through the rest of these guys. I'll be back into the pits. Keep an eye on some of the other guys here. Harrison. Is Harrison going to improve? No, he's going to pull into the pits on an in lap. No, he is pushing. Gets a 106.8. Gets closer to Gamer Boss, but not close enough. 1/10 in it between the two. So it's a purple sector 3, so the track is starting to improve. Rubber being laid down, so these guys are going to start flying a little quicker. Shoof is invalidated this lap. Chattalulu's on a flyer. Let's stay on board with him. Actually, let's bounce somewhere else because Chattalulu's turned the engine pretty much down. Zero sitting in the pits. Harrison sitting in the pits. Gamer Boss now on a flyer. Has his teammate just behind him. That was a bit of a cut. I think he's... Whoa! Whoa! He's cut off his teammate, I believe. I think there's going to be a little bit of controversy in the Red Bull fitting this evening. Gardenian. What happened there with the Red Bull team? I wonder if one of these guys get on the podium. I'm going to have a little ask about that, see what happened. I wonder if there's a little bit of miscommunication because Shoot was flying, and I think Honest Gamer Boss was trying to move out of the way, but did not do so in enough time. But he now sitting in the pits except for Shoof. Shoof is not pushing this lap, so he's definitely on an in lap. Other guys waiting. Tom, SF1 Tom goes to P3. I did miss it. My apologies. 107 flat for himself, getting himself ahead of Zero. And just 2/10 down on Harrison's time. Good to see SF1 Tom get himself up to one of the second starting grid of this feature. Do have a Haas out. I wonder. Enzo is on a hot lap right now, so we'll stay on. See if anybody else. SF1 Tom's pulling into the pits. Gamer Boss pulls into the pits behind. SF1 Tom. Is Shoof gonna go for another one? No, he's pulled into the pits. So let's stay on board with Enzo. Where'd he jump to? There he is. See if he can't improve on his time of a 107 flat. A lot of guys in the low 7s. You have Tom, you have Zero, Enzo, Shoof is right there, Chattalulu is right there. Danberg, the Haas driver, getting in to fill in for Amundale. Now, while you guys watch Enzo's lap, I'm going to go refill my coffee. I'll be right back. Alright, so does improve this time, but he's pushing his lap, so let's stay on board, see if he can improve. A lot of guys on their hot lap now. This is the lap that's going to count. How many guys can get themselves improved on their time? Careful not to invalidate. We'll stay on board with Enzo, see if he can improve. He is in quite a bit of traffic, though. Hopefully that doesn't hinder him too much. Let's see about his sectors. In Sector 2 right now. We'll wait to see his Sector 3, see if he's up on his time or down on his time. Coming up to the end of Sector 2 now. He has improved just a little bit. 6/100ths. Gonna get a good solid run up the hill. Work DRS is gonna be his. Hellboy has retired from... Hellboy's crashed out in the Senna S's, so Enzo's gonna cross the line and go to P4. So let's jump to see the Mercedes driver. Is that Harrison? No, that is his teammate. Let's jump down with Aruzia. Danberg has joined start. Aruzia is on a flyer as well. Let's see if he can improve. Is he gonna have enough time? Crosses 1:11, so he's gonna try to set his final lap here. Let's jump with Hubdy. Hubdy on a flyer as well. And Danberg has left the session, not sure why. Here comes Hubdy now. Can he improve? Goes 107.5. Good enough to hold on to P11. Let's see who's going to be next. It's going to be Harrison. Harrison goes top. He goes 106.5. So he might hold on to pole position. Gamer Boss does not improve from his 107 or 6. Let's jump with 0. 0. That's not 0. It's going to be Chattalulu. So 0 right now, P3. Harrison could hold on to pole position here. Chattalulu crosses 107, stays P7. We have Enzo now crossing. He's going to move out of the way. We have McLaren pulling into the pits. Enzo's going to stay P4. Let's see about Soap. Where's Soap at? Ruzi's going to cross the line. Can he improve this time? He hits the wall. It smacks hard. He's DNF from this right on the line. And Soap's going to pull into the pit lane. So that is going to be it for qualifying. A lot of guys bouncing out of the session all of a sudden. Not sure why. Hopefully they can get this back in. Oh, no. Okay, so Harrison has dropped from the session. Let's see if we can get ourselves a nice screenshot of this before, in case we need a lobby restart. And I've just gotten kicked, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after that nice little lobby restart, we're back here live for this Brazilian Grand Prix. Couple reserves in this evening, so it's going to give us a couple cars extra on the grid, making the racing that much more interesting. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's give you guys a look at the drivers' points so far in this championship. You'll see the man himself, SF1 Harrison, grabbing the title for this season, his first in SF1 history, followed by Anton, who wasn't able to make it this evening, holding on and conserving P2 for the rest of the season in this championship. Following down the order, though, we have one heck of a battle coming up for P3 in the championship. Enzo, Stig, Schuf, and Zero all locked into a tight battle for that final little nice third in the position. We have Amandale in 7th. We have Aruzia sitting 8th. Hubdi is in 9th. And Soap is sitting 10th. You have SF1 Tom in 11th. Chatalulu makes his way up the table a little bit in 12th. We have Hellboy dropping a little bit in 13th. Mass Gamer Boss, after a consecutive set of podiums, gets himself into 14th. We have Jono 15th. We have Lord Eros, wasn't able to make it this evening, in 16th. And the other 4 guys you'll see at the bottom there yet to make a race since I believe it was Singapore. So we're going to let you guys look now at the combined constructors. This championship has not been rounded up quite yet. I feel like it's going to go into the final round. We have Alpha retaking the lead as of the Mexican Grand Prix last week. A couple nice little jostling races in GP2 and 3. It's definitely going to spice it up, but we'll see what kind of battle they have in Abu Dhabi. I'm sure it's going to be taken there. But you have Haas sneaking the way up into that battle. We have Ferrari in 4th. We have Racing Point in 5th. We have Red Bull sitting 6th. AlphaTauri is in 7th. Renault is in 8th. We have Williams sitting 9th. And McLaren sitting 10th. So, yeah, so this battle is going to go until Abu Dhabi. So make sure you guys all tune in for that race throughout the weekends, with GP3 on Thursdays, GP2 on Fridays, and GP1 here on Sundays. But we're going to give you guys a look now at the table. If you guys want to see, there's a couple of nice little things on the side. You'll see that Anton did win the race last week at the Mexican Grand Prix, followed by Mattis Gamer Boss and Harrison putting himself on the podium. We're going to give you guys a little bit of a break. I'm going to give myself actually a break for a little bit to save my voice and get ready for 36 laps around the Brazilian Grand Prix. This guy should go, what time? It's 16, so probably on the 20 mark. But until then, stay with us. It is going to be quite a race. All right, it looks like we're getting ready to go racing here at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get these points off so we can watch these guys drive around on their formation lap. Here we are, sitting on the grid, just waiting for these guys to peel away. Make sure everybody's there. Everybody is there. I think Zero lost a little bit of connection, but he should be able to get back into his car. Won't be able to take control during the formation lap. Let's give you guys a look at the tires. Sorry, my microphone's going a bit crazy on my controller. But yeah, tires. Chatalulu's disqualified, unfortunately. And Soap was disqualified. I wonder if they had it coming together, putting themselves in the naughty step. But here we are. A lot of guys the whole way up to 11th on the soft compound, and then you have Phantom Stig sitting on the medium compound. Paranel is sitting on a hard compound, Devla on a soft compound, and Danberg sitting in that reserve pass this evening, starting on the medium compound. So the top three teams that are definitely pushing for that combined constructors title, all three of them are here. At least they have a reserve in as well. Keeping an eye on some of the other guys. You guys, a rundown of this race so far. This man winning on Friday, so definitely keep an eye out for Devlin. He could have strategy pull his way again. This man sitting on pole, can he convert it to a win? Winning the championship this season would be a nice little nod to see why he won the championship. He does have a very fast driver behind him though at Gamer Boss, as well as Zero. Zero is no slouch when it comes to full out pace in GP1. A lot of guys warming their tires last minute. Get yourselves locked in, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be quite a race. I never have a dull time streaming GP1, guys. These guys are mighty clean, and what heck of a race they usually put on. Keep an eye on some of the guys. Danberg pulling up to the position. Sip of coffee and get ready for this. Waiting for 5 red lights to go. There we go. 5 are starting to light now. 5 are lit. Ladies and gentlemen, lights out at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Here we go. Who gets a good start? Harrison does get a decent start. A lot of guys ghosting. We have a Renault around the back. What was that for? Not sure. Everybody's calmly making it through turn 1 and through the Senna S's. Not sure what happened to the Renault driver. Keep an eye on some of the guys at the front. Harrison now leading the charge. He does get a good start. Holds on. He has GamerBots just behind him. A couple guys going a bit wide there. Let's jump on board with the... Oh no, there's an AlphaTauri into the wall. Jump on through. We have Stig battling Soap here. Stig actually is a manager for the Renault team, so we'll see how these guys play on here. Stig gonna go for a look on the inside. 2 Alfa Romeos battling out here on track. Stig up through. Hubdy holding on to the car quite nicely. A couple guys jostling still. Hubdy's gonna look for his teammate. Are they gonna go side by side? No, one of them has backed out. Keep an eye on some of the guys in the lead. So Harrison is gonna lead this race in the first lap. Harrison's gonna cross. I don't need to see the predicted pit stop strategy anymore, guys. Please. Lap 1 is in the books. We're gonna get you guys built to back up. Even though it usually tends to go all screwy on me. Looks like it's gonna hold for this time being. That's good to see. Mercedes battling the AlphaTauri here. Russia having a look at Chattalulu, had to back out of it. Now he's gonna be victim to Soap. Soap's gonna have a run. Russia goes defensive on the inside. Soap is gonna think about holding onto the gearbox. He's not gonna have a look just yet. Might have a nice battle between the Renault driver and the Mercedes driver leading into this race. A lot of guys in the softs. Stig the furthest one up on the medium compound so far, getting past Devla. Devla having a nice little look. Moving up to 11th already in the start of this race. The soft compounds coming into play. Hellboy must have been the Renault at the beginning of the race. I had a problem with missing an end plate. As Zero must have had something happen to him as well. He's into the pits and puts on the hard compound to take those as long as he can. Sitting on a penalty too. I did not see what the penalty was, and hopefully I'm not having that glitch to skip this off completely. Oh, 0, 5 seconds for speeding into the pit lane. Take a look now. Jump through some of these guys into quick battles. Tom having a look at Schuf. Is he close enough? Is DRS now available for these guys? It is. I didn't get the moment, but oh, Tom's going to go to the outside. Schuf's going to hold on the inside. Looks like Schuf had to back out of that move as Tom kind of forces the issue. Nice up on Tom up to P4. Could Tom get a podium this evening? Hasn't gotten one in quite a while here at SF1. I think he actually won. He won his final GP2 race last season and picked up his first win, and then it just sweated TT as much as he could and got himself into GP1. He's picked up a lot of pace over the offseason into this season. Luck hasn't fallen his way, but it could fall his way this evening. Maruzia following Chattalulu up the hill. Gap between the leaders is starting to build on Enzo. Here goes Mattis Gamer Boss. Thinks about a switchback move on Harrison into turn 1. Close, there's contact. And Gamer Boss is off just a bit. Gamer Boss now has damage. Gamer Boss is going to peel him back onto the track. He's lucky that car was ghosting. Phantom now on P12. Gamer Boss most likely is going to have to pit for a new front wing, unless he can hold on to that car without the end plate until his pit stop strategy comes up. Schuf has gotten himself a time penalty, so again this weekend, the Red Bull's mighty fast, but unfortunately luck not following their way. Tom puts himself back up to a podium position. Keep an eye on this man. He might have some kind of pace that he's locked onto that nobody knows about. Enzo's sitting P2 now. These two, Titanic battle between each other. My wife always laughs at me when I say that, but these two locked in a championship battle for 2 seasons in a row. Not this season, but the 2 seasons prior to that. So they know each other quite well. We could have a good battle between these two. But SF1 Tom can be hungry. You have Chattalulu moving up past Schuf for P4. Wow, there's a lot of guys battling for position here. Let's jump on board with Maruzia, looking at the back end of that Red Bull. Schuf has DRS, but so does Maruzia. Maruzia's going to think about the inside line. Side by side, there's contact made. You see the hand of frustration move up for Maruzia. Schuf's going to back out and let Maruzia up through. How are the guys in the back doing? Keep an eye on some of these guys. Para now looking at the back of the Ferrari, gaining time on him. He is on the hard compound, so you can take those relatively deep into this Grand Prix. Keep an eye on some of the other guys. Devla is starting to sneak his way up as well. Winning on Friday, definitely the confidence going into this race. Enzo out of range of DRS against Harrison. Harrison putting his foot down. Schuf getting closer. Does have Soap just behind him. Soap has both of the Alphas behind him. Soap not close enough for a move on the Red Bull driver. Maruzia is not too far ahead as well. Schuf has DRS. Not close enough. Can't close in the gap or look for that move. A lot of guys really taking that corner quite well. Stig now on the back of his teammate. See the battle between the 2 Alphas. There are a lot of cars ahead in a train. We saw this on Friday, DRS train. Really, a lot of guys couldn't even make a move because they're kind of stuck. Mr. Silk like, hey Hubs, is it clear? I think it's clear. Here we go. Hubs has a good run on Soap. Maruzia, is he close enough? No, he's going to be the one that's kind of lost out here. So is Schuf. Is Hubs going to go for a move on the Mercedes driver? I know these guys are locked in a battle with each other for the points position. So Hubs looking at Maruzia, who's up to P5 right now. Soap just ahead. Is Hubs going to have a good run here? It's hard because Soap has DRS on Schuf as well. Schuf has it on Maruzia. So right now the Mercedes controlling their destiny here at the Combined Constructors title. Leading the way ahead of their team. Stig, however, on a set of medium compound. Could take those a little deeper and put on a soft compound. But yeah, the battle between these guys is quite intense. Everybody else is kind of spaced out by a second, so we're going to stay on board with this battle between Schuf and Soap. A lot of guys in the wake too, in case something happens. SF1 Tom, though, getting himself up to P3. Soap sitting on a time penalty though, so that might hinder their race at the end. Jump on board with Shoof out of DRS range. He's going to go into the pits. Oh, that was really weird to see that happen. And he's DNF'd from this race. He's retired the car. Not sure why. So that's going to move everybody else behind them up in position. Big and Shoof. Shoof has left the session. Can understand why, but these two are going to now battle the Renault driver. Ruzia is 2.4 seconds up the road. So Stig is going to want to clear his team, his driver, his team, as quick as possible to have a go. Devla is now sneaking up the order as well. Gamer Boss down in P10. He moved. Yeah, he must have. Did he fix that end plate? No, he's holding on to the car as much as he can. Yet to dive into the pits. Paranel following VRL Phantom. Let's take a look at these guys. Paranel's going to have DRS on Phantom. Going to have a nice run. I don't think he's close enough to make a move into turn one. Not quite yet. Stig gets around Soap. Hubdy thinking about a line around Soap as well. Is he going to think about it? No, he pulls back in. Patience is a virtue, especially the Brazilian Grand Prix. What a run these guys are having, though. All fighting for a position. Meanwhile, the guys in the top space out by 2 seconds each, and Chattalulu is a second down on SF1 Tom, so we might have a battle for P3 coming up. One moment, ladies and gentlemen. So in a Alfa Romeo sandwich, and Stig push that gap on Soap so he can get himself out of DRS range. Soap's gonna think about DRS on Stig, gets closer, goes a bit wide. Oh, careful when you go wide on that. That curve will catch the car. Haven't seen it yet so far in anybody yet. But that did hinder him. He's about 5/10 now off of Stig. Stig has Devla on the back of him though. No, not Stig. Devla on the back of him. These gaps between these guys are really close. We have a good battle between the McLaren and Ferrari here. Here goes Paranel. Can he get closer to Phantom up the hill? DRS is going to be his. Let's jump on board with that Ferrari and take a look behind him. Here comes Paranel on the inside. Up ahead, Paranel moves up a position with the aid of DRS into turn one. Can he hold on? Phantom gets a good clean run out of the Senna. Goes a bit deep. He's going to have a run now at Paranel. Oh, this is close between these two. Give me a better look here, side by side. Phantom gets the position back into this turn. Interesting, very interesting. So now Stig has his sights set on Aruzia, who's 2.3 seconds up the road. SF1 Tom has a rear view full of that AlphaTauri. Nice aerial camera. I love the aerial cameras. And Tom hold on to this position. Lap 11 now on the books. A lot of these guys on the soft compound are going to start thinking about making their pit stop. Soft compound is definitely digging just a bit by now. Chattalulu on the inside of SF1 Tom into the Senna S's. Looks like Chattalulu makes position, but is SF1 Tom going to have a run at him? Meanwhile, Ruzi's catching these guys from battling. Here goes SF1 Tom. DRS is his. He's going to try to get the position back into this turn. No, he's going to hold back. Keep an eye on some of the other battles. Devla is catching the back of Hub D. And Phantom's still battling Paranel here. Holding on. Soap. Did he dive for the pits? I wonder if he dove for the pits. A lot of guys here in the back, unfortunately, sitting on a penalty. Zero's sitting on a penalty. 12 or 9 laps into his hard after a incident in the first. I'm not sure what happened. Cowboy down. Damper holding on to that Haas car in P13. Keep a look at this man leading the race from pole position on. Sitting nice and clean. Unfortunate little contact between himself and Mattis Gamer Boss at one point. I think it was lap 3. Since then has been clean. Enzo sitting 3 seconds behind. Chattalulu is starting to put the throttle down to try to catch up to the back of Enzo. SF1 Tom trying to hold on to the back of that AlphaTauri. Keep an eye. Devla and Hubdi now going for a look at each other. Devla pulls in front up to P7. Both on the same tire compound strategy. Take a look to see when these guys finally pit. See, interesting. They did have a lobby restart, so they have fresh compounds on the soft, so they should be able to take them roughly until about lap 14 to 16. We'll see how long the leaders stay out. Stig now closing in on Russia, 1.6 seconds. Devla has Hubdi behind him. Mattis Gamer Boss still holding onto the car with a little bit of damage to his front wing. Missing an end plate still. Hubdi has DRS on Devla. Closing in the gap. Not close enough though for a move into turn 1. He's going to have to think about Hubdi on the second DRS zone. Don't know if he's close enough. No, he's 5/10 back, so you pretty much get close to the gearbox, but that's going to be about it. You want to typically be within 2 to 3 tenths of the car ahead to have a look. Hubdi goes a bit wide. Ruzia now catching on the back of SF1 Tom. These two have had a little bit of battle here and there. It'd be nice to see these two have a future battle here. Ruzia is gaining on SF1 Tom. But however, this man is starting to reel those guys in, being on the medium compound compared to the softs. See if this man's going to dive for the pits on lap 14, or if he's going to try to extend the life of these soft compounds. It looks like he's going to pull into the pits. No, he does not. It's hard to tell here. Enzo does not do the same. Chattalulu is going to pull into the pits, though. SF1 Tom's going to stay out. So, there you have it. The pit window is open for the guys in the soft to jump onto the medium compound. Whereas Harrison's in the back end, so Stig moves up. A lot of guys move up. Chattalulu is on his way out on a hard compound. That's going to put New up in position. Phantom is up in position now as well. Where's Chattalulu? On his way out of the pits. Is Soap going to have a run here at Chattalulu? Let's jump on board with Soap, the Renault driver. There is Chattalulu now. Soap pulls behind to get the toe. Not close enough though to have a look though. Those hard compounds are going to be very cold for Chattalulu, so Soap could have a run here. Though his soft compounds 14 laps in. Be well to hold onto the car. Ruzia catching the back of SF1 Tom. However, this man is catching the back of both of those drivers. Is Harrison going to pull into the pits? He is into the pits now. Is Enzo going to do the same? Enzo is going to stay out and extend the life one more lap. SF1 Tom is going to stay out as well. Ruzia is going to stay out. Where is that going to put Harrison? Devla's coming in through now. Aranel is coming up through now. Harrison has just left the pit exit. Aranel is through. Harrison's right there on the exit. so he is just behind a couple of these guys. One of these guys is going to dive for the pits. We have a big battle, though, coming up. Let's jump on the rear end of Aruzia, where he has a gearbox full of that McLaren, as well as that Alfa Romeo leading the way. Enzo, will he dive into the pits? We'll see. For one lap newer mediums, or is he going to go to a hard compound like Harrison? No, Harrison has gone for the medium compounds. Enzo's going to pull into the pits. And Aruzia is going to pull in the pits. Tom is going to pull into the pits. So that's going to lead this man to lead the race. How long can he extend those mediums for, and can he go onto a soft compound towards the end of the race? Devil is into the pits. Gamer Boss is into the pits. Harrison's already gotten back up to P2. 10.1 seconds is the gap between himself and SF1 Stig. Hubdy has dove into the pits already, so he's on a medium compound for the end. Hopefully he can extend this to the end. Guys switching positions left and right here because of the pit stops. Hamburg on 16 lap hole, Phantom on 16 lap hole, looking at the back of the AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri has a brand new set of hard compounds though. Not sure who that is. But Enzo is looking in the back of the McLaren. Keep an eye on the back. Enzo most likely will have DRS coming up the hill here. DRS will now be his. Here we go for a move for P2. Enzo on the outside. Knew was going to pull behind, catch the toe. Enzo back up to P2. Or actually, well, yeah, technically P2. P3 right now. Stig needs to dive for the pits eventually, but he's going to try to extend those medium compounds as much as possible. 8 seconds now is the gap. If he can get those mediums until about lap 25, he should be good to box for a set of soft compounds. A lot of guys really pushing for positions. We have Phantom on the back of Mercedes, of Aruzia. SF1 Tom really looking for a move to get around the Ferrari driver. Phantom locks up a bit, going into the final corner. Up the hill, SF1 Tom will have DRS with Phantom. Phantom pulls out of the way. So that's going to be SF1 Tom up in position. I'm not getting any indication of penalties on track, so we'll give you guys a rundown of the penalties come lap 20. This man trying to chase down SF1 Stig. SF1 Stig leading the way right now on a medium compound. Started this race on a medium compound. Enzo, can he get closer to Harrison? Chattalulu next in line, possibly for a podium this evening. We'll see some of the guys on the medium compound switching to a hard or a soft compound towards the end, though. Might be a quick look as well to see if we have a safety car at any point or a virtual safety car. Nothing yet, though. It's been relatively clean, except for a couple touches here and there at the opening the opening few laps. But S1 Stig crosses the line to give us P20. Let's give you guys a look at the penalties right now. New sitting on 3 seconds, Phantom sitting on 6 seconds. We have Danberg on 3 seconds, Zero's on 8 seconds, Soap sitting on 14 seconds, and Hellboy is on 6 seconds. Keep an eye on, let's see the stops. A couple guys yet to make a stop. Danberg, Phantom, New, and Stig. Position change. Stig is up 12 positions, yet to pit though. New is up 10 positions, yet to pit. We have a couple guys that did pit. Hubsy's up a position. Soap has retired from the race. Is that going to be safety car at all? Sector 3 yellow. Soap got a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. It must have been heading into the pits. Sector 3 yellow, nothing yet of a safety car. Nope, it's clear. Back to racing. Alright, we're going to jump back to the tires. Stig pulls into the pits. It's a little early. He's going to dive for a soft compound. Let's stay on board as Harrison's retaking the lead of this race. And Stig is going to go for a soft compound here on lap 21. That's going to be quite a stretch to put those soft compounds on and try to make them last until the end. A couple guys jump through. Rusi's up through. Chattalulu's up through. New is on hard compounds. I did forget. I thought he was on a medium compound. Yeah, he's on a hard compound, so he's going to take these quite a bit. Running in a podium position. His first race here in SF1 as a reserve driver. Said he was looking forward to it. Has done quite well for himself so far. Has a couple of guys that are looking at the back end of that McLaren though. As the gap now at the front, mighty big, 5.7 seconds. Enzo losing a bit of time here in the second stint of this race with his longtime rival Harrison. Chattalulu now on the back of McLaren going up the hill. Lap 2022 Stig needs a pit for softs. Carlos said that. And he dove for a soft compound. And right in the middle of that, Carlos. Here goes Chattalulu on new into turn 1, side by side. Jump on board with Aruzi and see this action. Chattalulu now looking at the back of new. Will he have enough space for a move on the outside? They're going to go side by side again into this turn. Bit of contact made between the AlphaTauri and McLaren. Chattalulu, I think, at this point, he's going to hold on to it. He's going to go side by side in this turn. It's pretty difficult, but he looks like he has traction compared to New into there. New goes a bit wide. Rusi is thinking about making a move. Had to hit on the brakes quite a bit. Rusi thinking about going the long way around on the outside. He's going to try to dive it in here. Side by side with New. Was there contact made? However, this is helping SF1 Stig massively. All the battling. Ooh, that was close. They had to check up. SF1 Tom is having a look here as well. Ooh, that's close. SF1 Stig is going to go out wide for DRS range. New is going to pull into the pits, so that's going to give SF1 Stig a clear run. However, Chattalulu and Rusi going side by side into this turn. Rusi had to back in just a bit. It's all heating up now. It usually does towards the end of one of these GP1 races. Chattalulu and Aruzia making a position up to put himself on a podium. Stig looking quite pacey though on those soft compounds. He's got to put his foot down now though. He's got to get around these guys to gain the most momentum through. Chattalulu really locked up heavily there. That's up on Tom having a run here. SF1 Tom leading into the final left-hand turn to go up the hill. SF1 Stig has Chattalulu in his sights. Danberg has retired from the race. What has happened to Danberg? Yellow flag. Is that a safety car? No, it's just a virtual safety car as Rusi is going to die for the pits. Soap gets a 5-second for speeding into the pit lane. That must have been from earlier. That's going to move Aruzia down. Is he going to put on a soft compound? He is. He's going to take those to the end. Abdi dives for the pits as well. He's going to put on a soft compound. I have a gear glitch on 0, which is lovely. He's going to dive for the pits. New doesn't have to. He's already put on a fresh set. Phantom puts on a fresh set of softs as well. Will Hellboy think about doing the same? Back to racing here. As Stig now has Chattalulu in his sights. Closest battle on Shrek. Ooh, that was close. What has happened here? Have they passed each other? No zeros in the pits. Chattalula trying to hold on as much as he can, as SF1 Tom is right there as well. Dive on board with this driver. Going into the final. Watch on Chattalula's rear view mirror. SF1 Stig will have DRS. What is Chattalula gonna do? SF1 Stig, DRS is his. Up through now, onto the inside, into turn 1. SF1 Stig up into a podium position after having a qualifying ban in this race. Was a little disheartened by it, but told him to keep his head down. A lot could fall his way this race. He's just got to push on now. Try to catch Enzo. It's 3.8 seconds up the road. And maintain Chattalula and Tom. Tom's going to have a run at Chattalula, I think. Being on a medium compound compared to a hard compound. See if Tom can get himself battling that AlphaTauri at any point here. 25 laps into it out of 36. It's Hamper talking about himself in the chat. Here we go, SF1 Tom behind. Chattalula is now out of DRS range from SF1 Stig. Can Tom get a run? He is 5/10 behind. DRS is his. Will he be close enough? Usually, he's not going to be close enough this time around. Let's follow him through the Senna S's, though. See if he gets a good run on Chattalula. It's a bit deep, but it's going to definitely be a warning. Sitting 3/10, he should have a look here into the next turn. Chattalula goes to the inside, so Tom's going to have to go outside. Clips a bit of grass, and there is contact made. Chattalula holds on to. Ooh, this Tom loses a bit of traction in the car, most likely due to clipping a bit of that grass. He's going to have to calm down and have another go here. But all that battling between those two are going to help Stig even more. Stig's now 2.7 seconds behind Enzo. Already 26 laps into this race. We only have 10 laps remaining. Harrison controlling this race. If you guys hear that in the background, that's my daughter. She is cheering on these guys. She's enjoying it. She's actually getting ready to have, I believe it's probably going to be sweet potatoes, so it's her lovely dinner time. Keep an eye on some of the other guys. A lot of these guys are spaced out for the time being. Tom falling a little bit, 1.5. Stig has enough time. He's got 9 laps to catch Enzo and try to hold on to the soft compound, so he's going to have to defend. Chattalula being 2.8 seconds. .6 seconds. Enzo 5.9 seconds separates himself from the lead of this race as Enzo trying to push that Haas car as much as possible. It does have an Alfa Romeo catching him though in the wake. Everybody else is pretty much spaced out, which is interesting to see at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Enzo. Interesting to see. The time penalties, I don't think have changed much. Let's take another look here before we go to the end of the stint. A couple guys sitting on 3 seconds, a couple guys on 6 seconds, and that's about it. Let's jump back with the tires. Stig pushing that car. Careful not to push the softs a little bit too much. Still have quite a bit of distance to travel with those. He's getting closer though. He's within DRS range of that Haas ahead of him. Hubdy's getting closer to the back of that McLaren as well. We'll have to jump on board with there. Enzo locks up heavily into the entry of Senna S's. And Chattanooga's there, 3.86 seconds there. Enzo trying to break the toe of the Alfa Romeo. Keep an eye on Chattanooga though, sitting on those hard compounds. Could take the fight to these guys ahead of him at the end of the dying stint of this race. Hubdy close to DRS range with McLaren ahead of him. We have Manic Gamer Boss coming up on the back end of the other McLaren, SF1 Tom, for a top 5 position. Can he get closer and make a move? Laps are starting to dwindle down here. Back end of that Red Bull. Getting closer, Stig still within DRS range. On board with SF1 Tom. I don't know if he's going to defend much here. Gamer Boss is going to go to the inside. Gamer Boss is up to P5. Quite a move in there. Tom's going to have a run though. Is he going to try to push back? Oh, I don't want to see that. There we go. Tom's going to have a look here. On the outside, he's going to get the position back. He is. Gamer Boss is going to have to surrender. Tom goes a bit wide though, and I believe he just picked up a 3-second time penalty for that. I'm not getting those lovely indications on the bottom from race control. This game is so lovely. As Danberg unfortunately has left the session, reserving this evening for the Haas team. Oh, we have a battle now. Chattanooga falls a further 4.3 seconds behind. Stig's gonna have a run at Enzo. Gamer Boss makes it back around SF1 Tom. I missed that. What a pass that must have been. Tom must have went out a bit wide. Stig gonna have a run. Still sitting 5/10 though behind Enzo. Jump on. Ooh, Enzo locks up heavily into that corner. DRS is back to Stig. Let's jump back on board with SF1 Tom and Gamer Boss. These two are having quite a battle. Lap 31, so 5 laps remain here. Tom's gonna have DRS. Is he gonna push the issue here again? Gamer Boss is not gonna fall for that second time. Tom runs out a bit deep. Gamer Boss picks up a time penalty as well. How are the rest of these guys doing? Hubdy on the back of New. Oh, who had the gear glitch? Oh, I had the gear glitch on Hubdy. Alfa Romeo mechanics are going to have to fix that. That will come out of SF1 Carlos' budget, I'm sure. Stig still trying to go after Enzo's. Enzo's doing one heck of a job holding on to the lead on P2. And Stig pushed the issues, running out of laps, so 4 laps now remain. As Harrison's kind of just trotted off in this lead. Stiggs, he's close, but he's not close enough this time around. He's going to have to stay patient. Chattanooga 4.8 seconds behind. Tom still chasing the back of Manus Gamer Boss. Devil sitting P7. Hubdy now. Oh, he was close, but he had to back out of the move. Jump on board. Oh, I can't jump on board. Broke is cheering on the Mercedes team. Here comes Hubdy. Hubdy, is he close enough for a move in this turn? No, Hubs backs out of it. What a battle between those guys. Stig now close as he's been with Enzo. Can he get a good run up the hill? So this is close. Stig has the run. DRS is his. Enzo's going to go to the inside the block. Stig should just about have this move into turn 1. Enzo's still right there into turn 1. They go side by side. Enzo locks up heavy. Stig's going to hold on side by side still. What a move. Stig should have DRS this time around, though. He's going to stay closer. None of them using DRS, though, I don't think. So Stig up a position, up to P2. 6 seconds separates himself. He's going to have to defend like a horse, come with Enzo right behind him. Jump back with Hubdi and New making that McLaren as wide as possible. What a heck of a race so far for him. Hubdi, I think, is starting to push a little hard. Lap 33, so the time is ticking. Hubdi on the inside, or outside actually, just behind. Ooh. I still have the gear block, or gear glitch on him. Unfortunately, Harrison up the road. This man leading the race, coming up to lap 34. Stig now up to lap 34 as well. Enzo's just behind. Enzo's already out of DRS range. Damn Burke in the chat. Enzo, let's see. Can Hubdi have a good run on New coming up to the hill? Jump on board with New. Hubdi is closer this time around, though. Hubdi's getting closer and closer. It's not any time, though. I think Hubdi backed out of that. But guys do have a bit of time penalties to their name, though. Hubdi's going to have a look on the outside, leading into this turn. Side by side, they're going to go. Who's going to make the turn? Oh, what was that? I'm not sure what that was. I think New lost a bit of control. Missing an end plate now. That's going to put Hubdi up in position. 14 seconds separates himself from Russia up the road. This man on his penultimate lap, leading the way. Stig starting to lose a little bit of time to Enzo behind him. The softs have to be burning up just a bit now, as Enzo's now 8 tenths behind, 9 tenths. Quite a lap here. Gamerboss is caught up to the back of Chattalulu. This could be a battle towards the end. Gamerboss sitting on a time penalty, though. How much is he going to fight for P4? It is starting to get a bit cloudy, though. It's definitely not going to rain, obviously, but Gamerboss having quite a recovery race so far. Harrison, where are you at? You are coming up to the final corner to start your final lap. Enzo holding on to P3. And Gamerboss get a good run on Chattalulu. Let's go up the hill with Gamerboss. This is going to cross the DRS line. Final lap for this Brazilian Grand Prix. One race remains for these guys. Abu Dhabi next week. Here goes Gamerboss. Oh, he switches back through. Sold the dummy. He's up through. Chattalulu falls to P5, but Gamerboss does have a time penalty to his name. Stig now having the battle. Enzo just behind him. Can he hold on for P2? Enzo's going to push those medium compounds. And Stig's got to defend as much as he can. This man, though, led pretty much the entire race besides the time he had to pit for his compound. But here we go. Stig holding on. Keep an eye on some of the other battles going on. We have Chattalulu holding on in the back of Gamerboss. All he has to do is hold on because Gamerboss is on a time penalty. Devla can make up a position on Tom if he pushes. Tom sitting though. Let's jump with this man coming up the hill. SF1 Harrison didn't look back this entire evening. He's going to win the Brazilian Grand Prix in some fashion and bring the battle harder to Alfa Romeo. SF1 Stig, is he going to hold on to this position coming up to the line? He's done so. P2, Enzo finishes P3. Gamerboss is going to finish P4 on track, but Chattalulu is going to take that Tom. He's going to finish P6 for this race. Devla's going to take a couple positions, though. He can move up to P6. Arusi is going to cross the line in P8. And Hubdi is going to cross P9 with Phantom sitting in P10. Phantom gonna cross the line with that Ferrari in P10. New's gonna cross in P11. Oh, he actually overtakes Phantom as Hellboy crosses the line, P12, putting the car on the wall, and Zero crosses. I think Zero actually picked up a position. Hellboy in 13. SF1 Stig, driver of the day. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's give you a rundown of the race results here. The Brazilian Grand Prix, SF1 Harrison wins. We have SF1 Stig finishing in P2. Enzo rounds out your podium. Rest down the order. Chattalulu in 4th. Gamerboss is 5th. We have Devla 6th. SF1 Tom 7th. Russia sits 8th. Hubby 9th. New is in 10th. Phantom 11th. And Zero 12th, as well as Hellboy. Unfortunately, our casualties this evening are Damberg, Soap, and Schuth. With that, we are going to move on to the podium interviews, so this is going to be interesting. All three title or constructors battling for that championship finish on the podium. So let's dive into our podium or interviews right now. Let's get these guys into the party. Just gonna that'll work. Okay, we have 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3. Let's see if Enzo joins. Give it one more second. Okay, Carlos, let me know. No Enzo, but it said say congrats to Harrison and Stig. All right, we're gonna get this kicked off. What a race that was! All three combined constructors champions battling it out for the championship. Finish on the podium this evening. Haas, Alfa Romeo, and Mercedes. So we're gonna kick it off with our man in P2 this evening. Coming into this race, bit discouraged, I will say, but I told you to keep your head down, and what do you know, Stig? You did that what I told you to do. Found yourself up on the podium this evening. I know you put a lot of practice into this race. Give us a rundown of it. You have the mic, sir.
Oh my god, yeah, I've done a lot of practice. I didn't think I will, didn't know how well my call worked in Dodier, but my god, that call felt perfect. Especially on the mediums. I got held up a wee bit in a couple of wee things with like when Tom and all was battling, and then when I came out in the sauce was kind of held up a bit, because otherwise I think I probably maybe could have pushed Harrison a bit more. But after that, I kind of knew I had to beat Enzo to keep the third place position in the championship alive. So I had to push one lap, then save the next stop, and set myself up for him, because I kind of knew he was saving just by the red light.
I'll say you sound a bit exhausted.
I am.
Were you a bit sweaty this time? I had to take that shirt off mid pit stop.
Well, I knew I had the pace around you. I knew I could, like, if it wasn't something from the back of I knew I had a chance to win. I was confident for wet or dry. But just had the pace, just kind of keep it clean, and managed to do that and just drew through the field like nothing. And which is hard to see, but especially around Brazil, but I was just picking them one by one, which I was happy with.
Now, solid race this evening. Are you looking forward to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix as of next week?
I don't like a track, but since I put myself a better position, especially for the constructors and drivers.
Yeah, fighting for P3 actually.
Yeah. I'm going to be drip practicing like hell.
All
Make
right,
sure I
man.
get a perfect setup.
Well, I'm going to say congratulations to yourself this evening. Fully deserved, especially driving through the field like you did. Solid race, Stig.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move it on to the man who dominated this evening, grabbing pole position off Mattis Gamer Boss and putting his foot down, winning this race. SF1 Harrison, who I have to get used to saying that. Harrison, give us a rundown of your race, because it kind of, after your pit stop, you got held up, not, I think maybe by a lap, but after that you had clear track. Pretty much just sailed away towards the end of this race. Give us a rundown of your race, mate.
Well, I'll start off with the race start. It wasn't one of my best starts, but I noticed Gamer Boss had a similar start. Broke later them and went around the outside of them, so I kept the lead on the first lap. I don't know what happened a few laps later into turn 1 because he spun, so there was no contact on my screen and no contact through my force feedback on my wheels, so it's got something to do with him, not me. And then from them, I was just trying to pull away from Enzo. I was a bit worried about tyre wear because the one stops soft to mediums, and the opposite is kind of iffy on tyre wear because my softs hit 71 when I pitted and my mediums were just touching 70 at the end there. Stig wasn't really a threat to me because I knew I had the pace over him. I did see him overtake Enzo where he did catch, but I think it was when he pitted probably a few seconds, but when it was getting closer to the end of the race I knew his tyres would die off pace-wise compared to mine. So I'm literally happier about this race, and obviously I'll just keep pushing for Abu Dhabi next week, which I do enjoy that track. I know a lot of people don't, but I'm one of the people that do enjoy that track.
And Abu Dhabi next week, I know it's going to be quite a battle between your team and my team, right down to the thick of it. So, I mean, Carlos in the chat saying, oh, it's going to get fire next week. So, looking forward to that. If you guys make sure you tune in. But one final congratulations to all three of you guys. I know Enzo's not here, but solid race from himself this evening as well. So, until then, ladies and gentlemen, get out your popcorn. It's going to get spicy next week. GP3 on Thursday, GP2 on Friday, and these guys, final race, GP1 on Sunday next week. Until then, I mean, I'm lost for words. I'm not even going to have a calculator ready for next week, but congratulations and in the books heading into the Abu Dhabi race next week. Until then, we will see you guys next week. I'm going to sign off this evening. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful week. Stay safe. We can't wait to see you back and underneath the lights to have our season finale here. We've made it almost 6 months, if you guys can believe it. But until then, SF1 signing out. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. We'll see you next week.